Hello and welcome. For those of you who don't know us, I'm Brian,
I'm Sean.
I'm Josh.
and we just finished filming a feature-ish kind of film that's actually split up into 4 parts called Novocaine. And basically, this is also a new segment, a podcast type long-form segment based on talking with, words that we can talk about various things. But today we're talking about our thoughts afterwards, after finishing filming our film. So, welcome, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You're supposed to drink after.
Okay.
So, any initial thoughts on wrapping up?
Sure. I was really impressed throughout the film with the incredible quality of talent we had. I mean, people just brought out incredible scenes, incredible emotions, very versatile actors. We were really fortunate to have such a great cast.
I was really, the cast kind of blew me away. That was my biggest concern, because we haven't really dealt with that big of a scale yet. And I knew we were going to use Backstage to try and find people, but then we've got like so many responses. And after we did like the 20-hour day of doing all those interviews and tryouts, I was really confident that there was like a lot of talent. So
The video is going to pop up there. The behind the scenes.
oh, okay.
If you're
You
not
were, like,
watching,
trying to get me behind the scenes, like, stretch out.
Yeah, if you're not watching video,
Yeah,
click
this is
below or
broadcast
something.
news again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool. I was blown away. That was my biggest concern, and it was immediately blown away once we started to cast people. So, kudos to everyone that helped us out. I was really impressed and excited to work with everyone in the future.
I was
So
also
cool.
impressed. Yeah, I agree with that. I was also impressed. It was just remarkable. You had a series of coincidences throughout the filming process. When we needed a certain scene, we found the right place. When we needed extra actors, they were there. It just seemed we were.
When Jeff needed to get slapped, he got slapped. And
Right.
Didn't complain.
Yeah.
It just seemed that every shooting scene, any problems were quickly resolved, or we were able to reschedule easily, and it all just came together. And I was very impressed.
Yeah, and I feel like that's something. It's half luck filmmaking.
Sure.
It is.
But yeah, I agree. The people we found, I was pretty amazed that not only like the response we got, but the quality of people who responded.
Mm-hmm.
They were like actually talented people, which is not something. Well, at least Northern Virginia is not known for like having a strong like creative space. So to find all these creative people and talented people around here was really cool.
It's exciting.
Definitely.
But is there anything like you didn't expect that would happen? Or like obstacles? Because
Obstacles?
like for me, at least for me, I don't know why I didn't think this, but like at the beginning, I thought scheduling would be way easier than it was.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you were
I was-
saying at the beginning in that one of their interviews were like, oh yeah, biggest problems can be scheduling. And
Yeah.
like I was like, that shouldn't be too hard. There.
Yeah,
It should be fine. We'll just like do
No.
it one weekend when everybody's free and it'll all be cool. But like maybe it's just because we had so much. I didn't realize how much we had to film. 'Cause I'm pretty sure day one,
Yeah.
like I don't know, we got a total of 90 seconds of footage, if not less.
Yeah, day one kind of didn't instill a lot of confidence, but I'd also felt like a barrier to entry for the movie when Dill popped his tire,
Yeah.
was all alone. Then we basically stayed there till 2 a.m. filming a behind the scenes little video, but
So I guess we got like extremely lucky in some cases, but then extremely unlucky in others. But
Which you
it
have
makes
to-
it really
yeah.
interesting that
you,
way.
you definitely expect that nowadays.
I wouldn't call it an obstacle, but I did think it was interesting that for some scenes that we had envisioned or written previously, we had to change them significantly or just rework things as they were happening, because it's one thing to write out the script and debate about these ideas, and something else entirely to actually get behind the camera and position people and say, okay, wait, this doesn't actually make sense, or oh, we
Yeah.
need to redo this entire thing. So I found that useful. It wasn't an obstacle. It did add more time and did require more thought, but I think it was worth it in the end.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was good. I mean, there was with the strong actors and actresses we had. They were able to form themselves more around characters and sort of filled in the blank space that maybe we didn't think about for something, or they just brought more of like a natural presence to it. So that was great.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we needed.
Yeah, so we just finished shooting. We spent 20 days over the past 6 months.
Yep. Started in September?
Yeah, I think it was the very beginning of September.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just because like everyone was, had different schedules, and it's just the time we found for it. But we're in post-production now. We're barely, getting through syncing the audio up because we have like 20 hours of footage.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's so much footage. Just over a terabyte.
Yeah.
But how are you feeling about like moving forward, and like we want to do this to film festivals and whatnot, but like do you think we succeeded in what we set out to do, and like, or surpassed that?
Absolutely. I think a tremendous success. I mean, if you look at the budgets for a lot of independent short films or films in general, they are often very high. And we had at least nominally a budget of $0 for this film. Obviously, we had expenses here and there for transportation, for food, but we didn't have a budget. We didn't crowdsource anything. We didn't bleed hundreds of or thousands of dollars into this project. So in that sense, the fact that we're able to create this with that in mind is incredible. And certainly it was a success by that measure, by any standard.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Definitely. Yeah. And for speaking of money, like a lot of
we don't have any of it.
Yeah, we know where is it? But like a lot of short films or student short films are easily like $10,000. I'm certain we didn't spend over $1,000, but I don't know the exact number. Stay tuned for the reveal of the entire budget.
Press release for the receipts.
Yeah. But yeah, we did a lot with what we had, and it may not look as good, but it was never about like creating this huge big movie. It was more about capturing something real and like authentic, and I think we were able to do that.
Sure. And building on that authentic aspect, I do think it was interesting how, in a way, as we went along, the actors we had cast, sort of the characters, it became more obvious over time that we had picked just the right actors and actresses for each character. I mean, they embodied the characters we had written. It's eerie in a way, but I think it made it more authentic and more realistic, which is great.
Are you talking, because there was a brief period where we thought that maybe we would switch. Well, we changed, what was it, Christina, the character, and we changed her name to Olivia.
Yeah.
And then we thought, well, maybe that that Laura might be better for Olivia and that Amanda might be better for Kim. And we kept flopping that back and forth. But I think that worked out, that Laura was the character Kim and that Amanda was the character Olivia, I think it was very, very, very appropriate. They were very good in the roles.
Definitely.
I didn't meet Amanda like when you guys did the first table read. I didn't really meet her until I think a month ago officially. Me personally, but I was like, wow, she literally is perfect. She's like, I couldn't have thought anyone better myself. So
yeah, I guess happy with that. When we were casting, we had the mentality that we're gonna cast the person who matched the character.
Yeah.
Am I saying that
the
right?
Best.
I think so.
Yeah. And so, and as you're saying, we kind of switched some of the qualities of some of the characters around to better match the chemistry and the personalities of each of the actors themselves. So I think that really helped, like, bring out the performances in them. So I was really excited about that. But so what else can we talk about? What other thoughts did you have?
I did like how versatile we were in getting locations to shoot. Whether it was using probably almost literally everyone's house or apartment, or just driving around the DC area, finding random universities or finding random streets and places to shoot. We got, again, for a shoestring budget, we got an incredibly diverse range of places to film. And I think that's good, because with a budget this low and the limited mobility given everyone's scheduling issues, it is great that we were able to have diverse backdrops or diverse scenes, because if we were being cautious about this, we would have just said, okay, we're just going to film in one person's house from different angles. It'll look, if you look closely, you'll see that it's actually one house, but no one's going to care. But we did care, and
Don't
so
tell them that.
yeah, we by going different houses, different apartments, different places, it made it more realistic and it made it more fun.
Yeah, definitely. And so, yeah, I guess you could definitely class this film as guerrilla style filmmaking. With all the, we got kicked out by cops, and we didn't get permission for half the places we filmed in. But that also reminded me, like, if I had to list what I wish we could improve on, everything probably could be fixed by having more time and having like good locations and permission,
right?
To film there.
Permission
and
is
like,
an important thing.
Given that people would volunteer that time, but I think though if we had more of that, then there would be like, we could get it exactly how we wanted. So I think those are things we could definitely expand upon in the future. It's not necessarily anything that we can't control, I guess.
Sure, I mean, doors would open if we had, paid the university or let them know ahead of time. But I think, again,
Wait, what are you talking about? We got permission from Georgia.
Yeah. I guess for me, the guerrilla style is what made it engaging and interesting and fun.
Yeah.
Scouting out locations and trying to accommodate everyone's schedules. And I want to shout out again to all of the actors. I think that given the fact that they were not being paid and that many of them were just doing this for portfolio work because it was a fun experience, I think that it's, again, remarkable we were able to get such talent and people who were so accommodating to our schedules and who are willing to come out and again, weekend after weekend. And a big thank you to them again.
Yeah. And towards the end, like, even I was like getting depleted motivationally. Like, I would wake up and I was like, oh, I have to film today.
Yeah.
By on day 1, I was like really excited, but by day 17, I was like, it was really hard to move forward. And I was gonna,
It's a day-to-day thing.
I filmed a whole bunch of behind the scenes of me like just like, I don't want to film today, but then I didn't put it in there because that doesn't help. But it was a hard push for that end, but it definitely feels good to get it behind. But yeah. So, anything else you want to share with the world?
I'm excited for the next thing. This is more of like a, it's just once you start doing something, it's easier to do the next thing.
Do you want to do another
something like
feature length?
I don't know. I think I want to do like a quicker thing.
Oh yeah, me too. I don't know if I give it like a few years of like not doing another feature would be great, just because unless it's all like in one spot. If it was in one room, I could do that.
We could do like
it's just so much work.
The character that Christian Bale played, I think Michael Burry in Big Short, was basically him. He basically was filmed in a box because he was filmed in one room for the entire movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, in his office?
Yeah, because it was basically supposed to be in his office, and he said that the director, Adam McKay, basically had a speaker in there that he would just talk to him through, but he...
Wow. So there was no one in there?
It was just him. They set it up, and I guess... Well, I mean, there were people that came into his office and there were scenes like that, but basically all of it, like 99% of his scenes were just in that room. And he killed it, but...
And with that note, thank you for watching. Tune in next time for more interesting subjects of words.
There'll be many more.
There'll be many more.
Yeah.
More is words.